Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and I'm a psychologist and I'm specialized in emotional and binge eating. Today I want to give you some tips once you have overeaten and binged. What is it that you can do right after? I think the first thing is that you have to get out of the room, kitchen, wherever the binge eating session happened, and you move away from that scene. You don't need to build more panic and anxiety by looking at all the wraps of foods or whatever you have eaten, because that will cause you to feel more and more guilty, and it can make you either eat even more as a form of punishment, or you may start panicking and be like, what can I do now that I can rectify this mistake, and then planning some crazy diets, purging, going overboard with cardio that day or the next day. So not panicking, and I know this is like a hard thing to say, but it's key for you to say, okay, this happened. We're gonna rectify this in a different way than what we have been doing so far, which is for most of you going on a diet and another restrictive diet to burn off those calories. You're gonna run and do a bunch of cardio. We are going to do things a little bit differently, okay? Because that behavior of restrictive dieting, cutting food groups, over-exercising has led to more binge eating. So you get up, you get out of the space where the binge eating session has happened. And the first thing, don't step on the scale. Not now, not in next morning. Don't look at yourself in the mirror, because you're gonna see all the extra calories immediately, although that's not possible at all, but you will see them. And again, it will propel this idea that like, I need to do something right now. Don't even try to go on some fad diet so that you try to compensate by not eating anything, all the calories that you have eaten the night before. Because again, fad diets are just going to give you a temporary solution, but it will not fix the overall problem, and your overall problem is your binge eating. Don't even try to go on some cleanse, water fast, detoxification. All of that are just gimmicks. You're not solving the real problem. Now let's see what we actually need to do. Next day, hydration, go back to normal, structured, planned eating. What does that mean? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, maybe a snack. You plan your balanced meals. You want to go back to normal eating. Your body doesn't like extremes, so it didn't really enjoy, and you felt it, right? Like it didn't really enjoy the binge eating session, but it will not also enjoy a water fast the next day. What it will enjoy is that notion that, okay, this happened, but now we go back to breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. Go back to normal movement, go back to normal eating. In order to do that, you actually have to be willing to have food even though you binged last night, because that will make binge eating sessions lessen. They will not happen if you're having regular, structured, balanced meals. When I say that, people think that I talk often about, like clean eating. You can absolutely have less nutritious foods as well, and they are part of an overall very healthy diet. Just make sure that you have planned your meals, that you're eating regularly, that you're not trying to skip meals, bank calories, save calories, burn off calories, anything which would be a response to the binge. So besides this kind of eating, the next thing, very important thing, is for you to dig in a little bit deeper why the binge eating session happened in the first place. Is it food related? Like, you have been starving yourself for 3 weeks and then this was just like a binge cheat kind of an evening. So in that case, well, that's information for you that you need to eat regularly, and that doesn't really work, whatever diet you were on. Or maybe you have been triggered, or maybe there is a much deeper emotional void you're trying to fill in with food. This other part of the equation, the triggers, the emotions, the habits, is something that requires a little bit more of curiosity for you to actually understand at what point am I trying to distract myself, numb myself, fill in the emotional void with food. If you are honest with yourself, you will notice certain patterns, certain people, certain sentences, certain comments, certain foods, certain situations that keep triggering you and provoking a very uncomfortable, almost unbearable emotion that you're trying to numb with food. And my approach and my advice for you is that you will never have to go on a diet to stop binge eating if you find the cause of the binges. The cause is never in your love for the food, because we all love food, but we don't all binge on food. If you find out that the reason why you binge is because you binge when you're lonely or tired or sad or anxious or nervous or bored, you will be able to focus on the boredom, on the tiredness, on the loneliness in a different way, by giving yourself actually what it needs to solve or to work on that emotion, rather than giving yourself food that no matter how much you eat it will never be able to satisfy that feeling that you're chasing or filling the void that you're missing. I hope this helps.